Hello, third and fourth graders. It's recorder time with Ms. Haskell. We're just going to go over some basics about how to hold the recorder, how to breathe, and our first note, B. So consider this your lesson 1 on YouTube today. If you have a recorder at home, or maybe you don't, and you want to pretend along with me with a pencil or a stick or something, you can do that. It's just some good information. So step 1, we want to make sure we hold the top part of the recorder with our left hand. So I don't know, this might look like my right side, but this is my left hand. One way you can just double check that you're using your left hand is to create 2 L shapes. The one that is a regular L and not a backwards L is going to be your left. So the top holes are covered by my left hand, and then my right hand can come underneath to balance the bottom and just provide some more stability so it's not wiggling around everywhere. Okay, so we also want to make sure that we're sitting upright so we can get good breath support because we use our breath to make the sounds on the recorder. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to check our recorder breathing technique and making sure that we're using the word to, like T-O-O. So you can just echo me, to, to, to. Two, 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 two. And you want it to feel really like a continuous, almost like you're breathing out air through a straw continuously. So it's not two, two, two. It's two, two, two. Keep the sound going. And that's how we get a really smooth recorder sound that's kind of like a flute or a clarinet sound. Nice and smooth and nice and gentle so it doesn't squeak. Okay, our first note is our left hand thumb, which covers the back hole, and our pointer finger covers the very top hole in the front. So we're only covering 2 holes, one in the back, one in the front, and sometimes we call this Birdy Beak B because it's like a little birdie beak and it's just 2 fingers. One way you can practice covering the entire hole is to think about like leaving a fingerprint. So if you had ink on your finger, right, you could dip it in the ink and then try to get your whole fingerprint on a page. If you're pretending to do that, that's kind of what you're doing here. So really like plop it on there and cover that entire hole, making sure that the thumb hole is also covered. That's really tricky. The other thing you can do is just leave them on there, press for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and make sure you have complete circles with no gaps. That's another good way to practice. And if you have a recorder, you can echo me on B. Here we go. Posture up, gentle breath. Let's do a whole note. And when you hold a long note, you want it to be continuous again. So you don't want it to sound like this. Or you don't want it to squeak. You got to really have just a nice flow of air. Let's do one more. I hope that helps you get started. I'm going to make more videos about other notes, so stay tuned for those. Have a good day.